Greetings, students. My name is Irvin M. Howard. Welcome to EMH Math Portal. Again, we're going to still talk about the properties of exponents. And what we're looking at today is the power rule. Raising a power to a power, which is known as the power rule. Like we've discussed from the last few videos about the properties of exponents, we talked about bases and exponents, and we identify A as the base and M as the exponent. Now with the power rule, we're going to introduce another integer, which is n. So we look at the definition. If A is a real number and M and n are integers, then the power rule is expressed as A the base raised to the power M, and then this is another power outside is raised to n, all right, which equals to the product of the two exponents, which are integers. And it simply says raise an exponent expression to a power, maintain the base, and multiply the exponents. All right, let's look at a few examples. So we have 2 raised to the power 2, all right, which is the exponent raised to a power of 4, all right. And once we do that, we express it by following the guideline of the formula, and let's write it in the form of what the formula states. So we kind of do a little formula writing. So we set that equal to, and then we just follow the formula. 2 is raised to a power of 2 times 4. Okay, again, the two exponents are products now. It's the product of the two exponents, or you simply multiply the two exponents. So you have 2 raised to the power of 8. And then, like always, we simplify your exponents with bases, your bases with exponents. So 2 raised to the power 8 will equal to 256. All right. Okay, let's do another example. But we're going to have an introduction to negative exponents. So this is a good time to practice using various properties. And we know that we're going to have a negative exponent, so we may think about the negative exponent, the rule of thumb, the rule property, the negative exponent to apply for this. But let's go ahead and solve it. So we do the same thing. We apply the formula. This is z. I like to write my z's with a slash in it to distinguish between my 2's sometimes. So we have z raised to the power of negative 3 times a positive 4. All right. So that equals to z raised to the power of negative 12. Notice here we apply the power rule. All right. Now we're going to apply, to finish the problem, we're going to apply the negative exponent rule. All right. Okay, and once we do that, again, remember that when we do the formula, we want to try to remember what type of properties that we can apply to the formula. So we've applied we applied 2 properties. Now let's apply the negative rule, and you all remember that when you have a negative exponent, what it equals to. You take what? The negative exponent to the base is what? Is in a way inverted. So the formula is 1 over z raised to the power of 12. All right, 1 over z raised to the power of 12, and that 12 becomes positive. All right, and this is part of the rule for negative exponents. You remember that. And that negative exponent is changed to a positive when we write the reciprocal, or we write it as a rational fraction if we have negative exponents. Now, if it was a little different with the negative exponent in the denominator, then it's going to be positive. But we'll see more problems like that. Okay, so remember your properties, all right, and try to be consistent in identifying which specific ones to apply. Okay, so we applied 2 properties, rules of exponents. Okay, here's another example. We can apply the same 2 properties because we have a negative. So we apply the power rule, 2 raised to the power of negative 3, which is the product of the two exponents. And the exponents are integers, which means that they can be negative or positive, right? Integers, right? And this equals 2, so we apply the power rule, and then we take the product, which is 2 raised to the power of 6, all right? Now, with that equals to whatever it is, we want to apply another rule first before we simplify it, because we have a number for the base, all right? We have a number. So let's apply the negative exponent rule, all right? I'm just writing it so that you all can remember your rules, all right? So you don't have to write this wording, but this is just for instructional steps, so that I can make my teaching simpler for you all. All right, so we apply that rule, which is a raised to the power m equals 1 over a raised to the power m, and that makes it positive. So this is equal to, using the power negative exponent rule, 1 over 2 raised to the power 6, and that becomes positive. See, that becomes positive. And then we simplify it, 1 over 2 raised to the power 6, which is 64. All right. Okay, this ends this part of the series for the power rule, and as well as this part of the video. This is Irvin M. Howard of EMH Math Portal. I hope you have a great day, and again, life is worth living.